Ever since I was a young lad, I always wanted to get the car which is sat right next to me. This is now my BMW E46 M3. So this isn't just any old BMW M3, this is one of 241 in the UK BMW E46 competition. This has been one for the dream garage. So this is Interlagos Blue. It is 343 horsepower out of a 3.2 litre engine. It is stunning, but what we're going to do today is we are going to look through the vehicle with a fine-tooth comb. We're going to check if it's got any issues, anything that needs replacing, and along the way we're going to revive any parts and upgrade some to make it handle like a modern vehicle. So we're going to go through this vehicle with a fine-tooth comb. As I said, we're going to check out the VANOS system, we're going to check out spark plugs, we're going to drop the oil, we're going to check out coil packs. Absolutely everything about this vehicle is going to get a health check, and we are in the best place for it, and that is everything M3s. Okay guys, this is Dara from Everything M3. He's dropping the 3, it's just going to be Everything M. Dara, where would you start with? Like, what's the first thing we need to look at when you get in a CS or any sort of M3? What is it that we need to look at that's like a common fault? Or
they've got quite a few well-known common faults.
Yes.
You know, you've got sort of things, rod bearings, they wear out quite well. You know, anywhere up to sort of 80,000 miles, we'd say get them replaced, get them serviced. Boot floor stuff, where the rear axle mounts, they tend to shift the rear axle about a bit and crack, you know, spot welds and generate some cracks around the panel, so that always needs inspecting and looking at. The VANOS on these engines can be a little bit temperamental sometimes, so
read that.
They can be sort of bulletproofed. Head gaskets would be another thing at the higher mileage end of the spectrum. Luckily they just break between the cylinders, so you don't mix oil and water. You'll get some noises to start with. You'll hear a bit of pre-detonation. Give you some sort of warnings beforehand. And then just your normal service things. You know.
Oil filters.
They run a solid lifter in the cylinder head, so it's like it's a finger follower that runs off a camshaft with a shim underneath it. So they need to be adjusted periodically because they do sort of wear out and go out.
Go thin.
They'll just start sounding a bit
tappity. So as I was saying before, actually at the start of the video, there was 241 M3 CS E46. Well, another one has just rolled up, so there's now 2 Everything M3s, and obviously Dara is the guy for this. So we're going to take the car out and we're going to give it a spin and find out what's up with it. Let the car warm up. We're going to take it for a little drive, and we've noticed the back window tint's wrinkly as hell, so that's one thing on the list.
Really annoying in the rear view mirror. This SMG box, you can step up the ferocity of the gear change. So at the moment this is in mode 1, which is like its most gentle sort of mode. It's not really the best. It's quite slow.
A
bit lazy. You can change on the paddles or the gear lever. Normally when I drive these, I mean, you can feel if we go. See, it's quite quite lazy.
It's just a chilled.
So if we go the other way, so if we turn DSC off, which is our traction control, and then click everything right the way up to the highest ferocity,
here we go.
You see the little bars on the dash there?
Yes.
So that has a little hidden bar that opens up as well.
Right.
And that will give it its most sort of ferocious mode of shifting.
Like the big, like a sport mode basically, isn't it? It's like the fastest shifting.
And obviously with DSC off as well, it will allow you to get the tail end out and sort of hang it out as long as you like. But if I nail it now. See, it's
a lot faster than. Oh wow, that was well faster.
So it is quite a nice fast gear change. But you just got to remember that
it's 20-year-old. It's not like a brand new M3 where it's like instant.
Exactly. You hit sport mode as well. So if you think we're DSC off now, most ferocious, hit sport. It just the throttle. If I held the throttle in the same position, you just feel it jump a little bit forward. So the throttle is now a little bit more responsive, and also you'll find on this mode, with everything turned up, the downshift will be a little bit more aggressive. So the end here, so even now,
yeah,
see it's got that nice little downshift blip.
Yeah.
They are quite good. When they're working, they are great.
There's that bit of vibration, yeah. That's another one on the list.
Yeah, another one on
let's
the
have a
list.
look at those warp discs or whatever it is.
Brakes in these, they're all right for road use. If you want to start taking it on the track, they will overheat quite quickly.
Yeah.
This sort of era of BMW have always had really rubbish brakes.
Yeah.
I think they just need a bit of cleaning, to be fair.
Yeah, it's been sat, hasn't it?
Yeah, we'll behave, obviously, because we're on camera here, so public roads, we need to be sensible.
We're not in Mexico today.
No, not in Mexico. It is only a few miles away, though, so, you know, we
You think it's a bit floaty on the front before?
Yeah, front dampers feel a little bit soft, just as we were sort of coming out from the workshop.
Yep.
It's just not quite as poised on the front, so dampers are, you know, 98,000 miles old.
Exactly, yeah, exactly.
But the auto mode in these is rubbish.
Yeah, just like, yeah, super lazy.
Really lazy. Yeah. You can ramp the ferocity up.
Yep.
Like we did in manual mode.
Yep.
But
you're still quite chilled.
You're not as in control as you would be if you're on the pedals.
Yeah.
And you just feel that little auto downshift. It's all a little bit
chilled. So we're looking at the screen's a little bit bashed on the sat nav. It's got a few pixels missing or something going on, hasn't it?
Yeah,
a few bits and bobs.
Yeah, it wants for, you know, either a replacement unit.
Yep.
I don't know if I don't think you can buy the screens on their own.
Yeah, they're going to be in that.
It's missing a few pixels.
Yep. What's the first thing like a customer would do when they come to you usually when they
Did you hear that?
Did you hear the clunk?
Not the clunk. So that was basically the diff making a bit of a noise.
Yep.
Really notorious for this sort of thing.
Yep.
The clutches in the LSD, they sort of glaze over and they grip and let go in high frequency.
Right.
That's what that noise was. That rub.
Yep.
As we went on a tight corner.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it was full lock, wasn't it? Full lock right.
Full lock right. Yep. Slow sort of corners, full lock.
Yeah.
That rubbing noise is yeah, that's diff. She's getting a little bit hot on the oil temp. Oop, handbrake off. Yeah, oil temp's past 100 now.
Yep.
I mean, it's a pretty cool day today. I mean, what are we at? We're at oh, it says it's 50 degrees outside, so
that's another problem. Sensors,
yeah, so you've got an ambient air temp sensor which is on the front bumper, well, in one of the little ducts.
Yeah.
So yeah, apparently it's 50 degrees outside.
Yeah, it's definitely not.
Definitely not 50 degrees. We'll
head back to the workshop.
Pull her back to the workshop, but like initial thoughts, the car feels good. It's you know, the steering up feels great in these anyway.
Yeah.
Brakes feel all right now that we've cleaned them up a bit.
Yeah.
You know, obviously being stood for so long, they sort of had a bit of surface corrosion. So
yes, we had a bit of vibration or some sort of noise going on.
Yeah, brakes in a nice straight line, so it's equal efficiency both sides. So feels pretty good.
Looks like it's steering straight as well, to be fair.
Yeah, steering straight. It's nice. The gearbox doesn't feel too bad when it's ramped up. We did hear that noise from the diff. Yeah. So that could just be that it's sat for such a long time without being used.
Yep.
But on this sort of mileage, there is a
common issue. Sorry.
Yeah, there is a common issue. There's a special oil that BMW put like a friction modifier in, so that just has a little bit more slip to the oil.
Yeah.
But at this sort of mileage, I wouldn't expect it to fix much.
At this mileage, it's inevitable, isn't it?
Absolutely.
You know, it has that like laziness in between the gears on like full throttle. It feels like then it changes a little bit.
And that harsh thud on the back end when it engages on full beans.
Yeah.
You know, full ferocity. It sounds like it's trying to break the back axle out of the car.
Was that a thing, do you think, from factory, that it's always done that?
It's always made that noise. It's that sort of era of you know, of these sort of semi-automatic gearboxes. You know, the Ferraris, really the same. You know, snap your neck off kind of gear shifts.
To be fair, even like some of the newer stuff, like in a Hurricane, I feel like that when that changes gear in is it Corsa or whatever it's called? It literally feels like it's going to snap your neck.
Absolutely.
Getting kicked in the back is...
Well, we'll give it... can we give it some beans here?
I love that smell to these cars as well.
There's the other CS.
Yeah, brakes on that are awesome. Big balls. Right, dude, I'll see you in there.
Yep. Hello, Dougie. Huh? That one? Yeah. That one just arrived.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You've gone out filming and forgot the car.
It's got a few bits, but I think we're going to figure out exactly what it needs. The overheating things worry me a little bit on the oil, so Dara's the man though, isn't he?
Sunrise on the sun.
Right, it's on the ramp. I believe Dara this is what he does for a job, so what are we saying, man? What's it looking like?
It's not so bad, to be fair. It looks pretty clean. I mean, the chassis underneath, the floor pan and the other bits all look pretty decent.
Yeah,
really.
pretty tidy.
Got yourself a nice one here.
Obviously, notice this is obviously...
Yeah, age-related rust.
Yeah,
that's a replaceable part, so that's there's no problems with that at all, you know. We can find, you know, sort of either a good used one or get you a brand new one. The chassis itself, behind all of the subframe, all looks pretty nice and clean, you know.
It is pretty clean.
Yeah, for a road car, it is nice. You know, I've noticed these rubber hangers on the exhaust are broken.
Right.
I have also noticed that that's a non-genuine CSL style
carbon
diffuser.
Yep.
So it's kind of one of those sort of cheaper ones.
Yep.
But, you know, parts we can source bits for that. Little things like your headlight level sensors. Kind of corroded a little bit where the bolts go through, but that's all stuff that we can get parts for, you know. It is actually, you know, despite the surface dirt.
Yeah, it's not like it's leaking in the oil from the diff or there's no, you know, there's nothing like that screams out, oh my God, like it's really tidy.
It is really tidy. Things like your exhaust clamps, they're
absolutely toast.
They're perished and they're, you know, cracking and bits falling off, so get those replaced and get your exhaust hangers sorted and, you know, even the boot floor. So up in this section, just there, is where you would start to see a bit of a crack. But
and it's not even got anything, has it?
Well, this being a later car, they put more spot welds in the floor to try and brace it a bit more.
Yeah.
This is actually in really good order. It's in good for the mileage. It looks really good. Yeah. It's had some brake lines on it at some point. That copper, I'm not a massive fan of copper stuff. We normally fit, you know, a steel factory line. They just look a little bit neater, really. Looks decent. A little bit of rust here on the sill. Just there by the jacking point, you know, that probably could do with sort of take it back and
it's big.
And just a bit of under seal just come off there. You know, all of the other mechanicals like prop shaft donut that you can see up in there. That's not, you know, perished or cracked. And it looks really good.
Okay, so while Dara is removing all the trays and inspecting to see if there's any more things that we need for this vehicle, it is very apparent that we need a parts list, and this is where IFNDAutoParts come in. They have an app which you can use on your Android or Apple phone, and they also have a website, and they do new and used parts. So I think we're going to need quite a few parts to get this vehicle revived so we can drive it and have fun in it. Dara's used them. He's got parts here, but we're going to see if we need any other parts that we can get on the app. I will head back over to Dara now and see if he's seen anything. Let's get this list together. Let's get some parts ordered.
Well,
bit of rust.
No, it's just a stone. No rust on this thing. It's good. So taking the plastic under tray off, just have a look because it's sort of covered a little bit. We've got
got a bit of an oil leakage going on.
So you got your high pressure power steering hose. They're pretty common to leak on these. So we'll have to source one of those from somewhere. And it feels like one of the belts has got a bit of a crack in it. So definitely worth getting the belt sorted and serviced. But then the oil cooler, as it was running so hot, there's something going on somewhere. So whether it's a thermostat issue in the oil filter housing or the actual oil cooler itself, but the oil cooler itself looks pretty good.
Pretty solid, doesn't it? Yeah.
We'll have a look. It doesn't look like it's leaking either, which is good. We also find a lot of the time that these oil pipes, where the rubber goes in and swages, they can crack, and they're left too long, they will just blow off basically.
Will they? Yeah. Just leave you with literally just empty it.
Yeah.
There's definitely a lot of hazing going on over here.
Yeah, a bit sweaty. There's another drip there, which looks like it's coming from the timing chain tensioner.
Right.
Again, your headlight level sensor up there. Someone's had a guard fixing it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, guys.
It needs a couple of
little bits. It's small bits, aren't they? But generally, it's looking well. Yeah. It's looking good. I think the main thing's getting to the bottom of that overheating and seeing what that is.
Yes. What do you think? Do you like it? You gonna sit? Want to do a donut?
Yeah.
I'll bring you to the pub later, I promise.
Oh, hello. What do you think then? We bought a good one? Yeah? So, Derek, are we looking at a lemon, or are we all right here? Yeah,
she's good.
I think it's mega.
Yeah, she's good. It's a nice, tidy car, really.
Yeah.
Everything looks right.
Good starting point, then.
Certainly for the mileage, everything looks fine. So,
perfect.
He's got a good one.
Yeah, cool. So we are leaving it here for you guys to crack on.
Absolutely.
Legend.
Cheers,
nice one, man. I appreciate it. Right, guys, it's been an absolutely awesome day down here at Everything M3. I just want to say thanks to Darry. He's going to crack on with the car, and I'm going to try and find a way back home. I might go and see if we can get a piggyback off this lady here, so I'll see you on the next one, yeah? Excuse me, love.
Can't leave anything alone.
Hopefully it's all right.
I'm not 100% sure whether there's much need.
We've already looked over the engine, there's work to be done there. Obviously the diff, we've looked at that. Ticking off quite a lot of boxes now. To sell wins, the loser has to get the bruising.
Fine,
awesome.
done.
Nice one. Let's go. You can add your car. Your garage.